Well, happy October, everybody. My name is Diane Davis. We're so happy you joined us for our October meal event. This month, we decided we were going to compare Crockpots, Instapots, and air fryers. They seem to be the theme, especially with fall weather. And I don't know if you feel the same way I do, but sometimes we are more fear and comfort of what you're used to. And so I have all three of them, and I tend to go to my Crockpot just because that seems to be the one that I know the most and most familiar with. And so we decided this month, okay, let's just pull them all out and see what we can do with each of them and what their pros and cons for each and how we can utilize and best, make use of our time basically when we're trying to meal prep and make nutritious dinners. So, I went back and I go, okay, Crockpot, what do we do? And we know they've been around since the 1970s. And so we know they're known for slow cooking, and they're great because they're transportable. They clip, usually you can get them. And, I think of Crockpots for tailgating. I think of Crockpots for making big sauces. So that's a great thing. The Crockpots basically have two things. You can do a high speed or a low speed. And it's a great thing for people that are planners. Basically, if you're a person in the morning and you can get yourself meal prep and you can get it in the morning and fix it, forget it, then you come home and it's done for the night. So that's one of the really good benefits for Crockpot, because then you've got it planned.
Where are my headphones? I had them on the counter. I thought. Thank you.
You can do
I cleaned up both.
Meats in it, like a eye of round, or you can do briskets in it. You can do pulled pork if you like that. I typically do spaghetti sauce sometimes. And tonight I'm going to do a slow cooked enchilada casserole. So what I did was, and my daughter's going to help because I'm not very mobile right now. I'm actually on crutches, even though you don't see my crutches. So my daughter, Callie, my Crockpot's behind me, but I've actually done it and it's prepped. So Callie's going to be my little Vanna White today. And so she's helping. I'm going to kind of hop over to the side so you can see the Crockpot. I had my leg up, sorry. I was trying not to have you guys see all this technical problem. But what my enchilada recipe was, the beauty was it's 15 minutes. So we just chopped onions. We did some green peppers, which I went out to my tower garden, pulled off the tower garden, and did some yellow peppers and some onion. We threw in boneless chicken. We did brown rice, minced garlic. We threw in some seasonings, and what else we did have? We did enchilada sauce. And literally in 15 minutes, stirred it up, put it on for 3 or 4 hours. We put it on high. You could actually put it for 6 or 7 hours on low. And finished product, I'm going to let her scoop a little in a bowl. You can actually see what it looks like. It smells delicious. And it's just one-stop shop. So it's got everything in it. And the beauty is it's completely done. So dinner's done. So I was looking to see if I had anything to tell you about. The other thing I wanted to point out about the Crockpots, I know we're going to go into Instapot and compare them to air fryers. Crockpots tend to have a little bit more flexibility as far as sizes. If you get to Instapots and air fryers, you don't have the flexibility of getting Crockpots. You can get the 1.5 quarts. You can go all the way up to 8. You can do different things if you want to use them for different dips. And so that's another little pro to them. The con is, like I said, you only have a high and a low speed. So here's the finished product. And I don't know if you can see it. Can you kind of see it right here?
Put your speaker on view. Put your view on speaker. Sorry.
Yeah, that would be helpful, right? Because I have us on gallery. Hang on. Now, can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
So it smells great. It was really very, very simple to do.
And the cool thing with the chicken in the crock pot is it makes your chicken really moist if you make chicken in there. And so after like 3 hours of it cooking, I just went in and like got 2 forks and it just shredded so easy. and then you just mix it all up. And so it makes it super tender and moist because you're cooking it with the sauce too. So that's a plus of chicken in the crock pot as well.
And Callie's actually on her way to Athens and she's like, can you go first, Mom? Because I want to take it so I can take it to school. So she's now going to go behind me and pack up her to go and eat it right now so she can leave and head back to Athens. So I'm turning it over. I think you're going next, Mimi, with the air fryer, right?
Right. I will do that next. So
Okay.
thank you. And Carly, thank you. Hope you enjoy it. Report back to us.
I will. Oh, I've been nibbling at it all night so far.
Okay. Good. Well, I'm going to turn my computer here for just a second. I mean, I'm going to make it where you can see more. But what I'm going to show you is some things I made this afternoon, which is fun because I have not been the air fry person at all. My first foray into it, and we have a Ninja. Yeah, that's who does the air fryer. That's who does the air fryer. But I'm pretty proud of what I did today for my first try. But anyway, we got a Ninja. I'm going to show it to you. With this little booklet, I was madly reading this an hour ago because we have an Instapot air fryer. Does anybody else have one of those? It's a combo thing where it's an Instapot and an air fryer. I really recommend that one because it's one device. I mean, one apparatus, whatever. It does. He said it takes up a lot of space. It does. But we have another home. That one's at the other home. So I was like, oh, guess I'm learning the Ninja today. So it actually was so easy, you guys, and I'm pretty proud of it. It's not perfect. I did burn a couple things, but let me show you what I made and I'll tell you about it as we go. So over here, I want you to see, these are kale chips. Can you guys see those? I just bought a head of kale, washed it and put it into an aluminum bowl like this and dried it with paper towel. Actually, what's really good too, if you don't have these are so handy. These microfiber cloths, they're good for everything, including when you work out. So I dried it really well. I put literally one big spray of avocado oil on it. These are some other great high heat oils in case you want to use something else. Sunflower oil is good. And this is grapeseed oil. You can, olive oil is probably my last choice because it's not good for high heat. And then I just use some sea salt. You can use any salt you want. You can do any flavor you want. And just a tiny bit of pepper. So it's really good. Some fell on the floor and Molly ate it up. So I did that. And this is my other great experiment. And I put paper towels under it because I was curious how much oil would come out. Y'all, I'll show you the paper towel. It's pretty cool. These are, look at this. This is golden beets. I just got one giant beet and I peeled it and chopped it. The trick is trying to get them the same size because if they're all different sizes, they'll cook at different rates. So that's a little bit of a challenge. And yeah, me and a knife. So anyway, now I want to show you what I made now, because this is the one I'm most proud of. Look at this. French fries. And you know what? I used the only oil I used was one big spray of the avocado oil and a little salt and pepper. And they cooked for about 18 to 20 minutes. Oh, my daughter's walking in with her dog. It's gonna go crazy here. Anyway, I'm gonna put these on the paper towel and then by the end, we'll be able to see how much oil is there. Hi, buddy. But I'm gonna show you the one for the beets here in a second. Okay, that's done. So I'm going to take the paper towel out from under the beets. There's a tiny bit. You see that? I don't even see that. But I mean, with one spray, that means these are pretty much oil-free, pretty much. And it tastes like potatoes, by the way. I don't know if anyone is like, oh, beets, but it's really good. Okay, so now you can see, but I'll let these sit here for a little bit. The French fries.
They look delicious.
They do.
Guys, I mean, Matt's the French fry maker for us. So pretty proud of these French fries.
I'm coming over.
What do you
did.
think, Matt?
Any salt?
He always says that. But my next attempt, so now I'm having fun with it. These are the lunchbox peppers
Uh-huh.
and carrots. So I just chopped up a whole bag of carrots in strips and lunchbox peppers. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, it's fun. Oh, and I want to share this with you. If anybody likes to do the shred 10 and they want to keep it dairy free and for the 10 days, this sauce, can y'all see it? Is so good. There's 3 flavors. There's original, chipotle, and this one is pesto. So I wanted to try that. And it's vegan, but it is delicious. So that's just one suggestion. There's recipes for like spicy mayo or, whatever you like, ketchup. So.
And where,
Can you show that again?
and Mimi, where do you buy your sauce? Where do you buy the sauce?
I got it at Natural Grocer, but Whole Foods has it too. I don't know where else, but I bet you can find it.
Well, Whole Foods is a good place for most, most states has a Whole Foods. So that's one to put it in there.
So all in all, the air fryer is, you can do anything that you would fry, but it's healthier.
Mimi,
Yes.
can you show the sauce again? Someone's asking in the chat. Cool. How can you forget that name?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. It's really, really good. In fact, tonight, I think I'm going to make some pasta, the chickpea pasta and shrimp sauce on it. I think that's what we're having for dinner. So anyway, that's it. The air fryer is fun. I discovered, but I think the Instant Pot is probably one level up as far as healthy because there's some here. But if you want, you can dehydrate in it too. So maybe that's another cooking show. But anyway, that's it for me, Jen. It's all yours for the Instant Pot.
Cool. That looks delicious. Since you now are in Austin, save me some of those fries. I'm coming over. Okay, so I still have 7 minutes on mine because for some reason the darn thing wouldn't start. So I think I'm still learning. So I've got it's an 8-quart pressure cooker by the brand Corsi, Cosore. Can you guys see that? I got this on one of those deal websites. It was like $50. It's been the best thing, except for I've never done this. It called for using the soup, the soup button, and I pushed it and it never came on. And so we figured it out. Finally, I realized that there's a release at the top for your pressure and it was turned off. So I figured that out. So I'm going to just walk you through what I've made and kind of just show you some of the things that I've added to it. It's called an Instant Pot vegetable and shredded chicken soup. I call it the kitchen sink vegetable soup because you can put anything in it. What I put in it, so what you do is, the cool thing about the pressure cooker, the newer pressure cookers, they're so much more versatile. I'm going to show you the one that my mom gave me that was my Aunt Rose's. It's from like the 60s. And I got to tell you a funny story about that, but I'll do that last. But inside, I don't know if I can bring you guys over if you've never seen a pressure cooker before. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. So the pressure cooker, they call it an Instant Pot, but you can saute in it. You can use it like a stovetop. So I started off by just sauteing diced onions and garlic and some olive oil. And I did that for just a few minutes. And then you take the chicken breast and you just lay it at the bottom. And then you diced up all your vegetables. I was cheating because I was traveling today. So I stopped at HEB and just got the already chopped up organic broccoli. And I bought frozen peas. And then I already had carrots. So I diced up carrots. What else did I put in there? Peppers, some cauliflower. I just threw a bunch of stuff in there. A lot of that stuff wasn't even in the recipe. I'm like, see how it turns out. So I put all of that in with your what was the chicken broth and a little bit of water and then fresh basil. And then I love Italian spice. So I just got, can you see this? Just dried Italian spices. So I added that in and a little salt and pepper. And if you do it right, you close the lid and you hit soup and then it heats up and it says 25 minutes and then it will beep 3 times when it's done. Then what you do is you take the chicken out, you shred it, kind of like what Diane did for her enchiladas, and then you pour it into the bowl. That's it. It is so simple if you do it right. But it's going to turn out great. I have 4 more minutes. So maybe while we're chatting, I might be able to pull it all together so you can see it, but it's so simple. Oh, and diced tomatoes too, diced tomatoes. But when it's all done, what I love is that you can put different toppings on it. So again, I'm an Italian, so Italian seasoning. I love Parmesan cheese in my chicken soup. So we will just put a lot of Parmesan cheese on top. So that's a nice option. And then you can put sliced avocado on top. Then I'm gluten-free. So I've shown these in the past, but these are delicious. They're Siete almond flour tortillas. So you can just put those on the stove top and let them just heat up. You can eat them soft, or you can let them crisp up like chips. And then my husband I can't get him away from baguette. So he's just a baguette. And that's going to be dinner for us. Super simple. Once it's done, just put your stuff on top, a little bit of fresh basil, and that's it. That's it. It is so simple. And I made double the recipe. So, like tomorrow for lunch and maybe the next day for lunch, just something simple, super healthy. But I do want to share with you guys, so funny. See if anybody has ever seen these old fashioned pressure cookers. So I got to tell you a funny story. So this is probably, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. I met a woman, she's Indian, and she was telling me that she uses her pressure cooker to make her lentils. She said they cook in 6 minutes. I was so impressed by that. So I said to my mom, oh, don't you have a pressure cooker? She said, oh yeah. So she came to visit like a month later. She packed it in her suitcase. This thing is probably 15 pounds. It's so heavy. But she told me a story that my Aunt Rose cooked one day and stepped away from the stove, and it pressurized so much that this thing shot up and hit the ceiling and made a hole in the ceiling. Stuff went everywhere. And so guess what I never did? I never used this thing because I was so afraid. I was afraid to walk away from it. I was like, but then finally I got enough guts. It probably took me about 3 years to finally use it. And I was sitting there watching it, and the thing goes back and forth and you can hear the pressure. I don't know if anyone's ever used a pressure cooker like that, but
It whistles, right?
I literally, I was sweating. I was so nervous. So anyway, I've gotten better over the years, and this thing is like, you can just put it on whatever setting it is and pretty much walk away from it. So anyway, I'm keeping this because it's, it's in the family. So, but that's all I have. It's going to be delicious.
It's
delicious.
That's so cool. My mom had that pressure cooker, and I remember that whistling sound that it would make. Yeah, that's awesome to have one.
I have 1 minute. We'll see.
Okay. Does anybody, go ahead, Diane. I was thinking people might have questions or thoughts or want to share.
Yeah, what do people use? Like, what's your favorite thing? Does somebody have like a favorite one, the fryer or the Instapot versus the Crockpot?
You know what I love? The thing I love about the Instapot is that it can be a pressure cooker. You don't even have to use it. Sometimes I've made soup in it that something I make that's so good. And you guys, this is the simplest thing. Just remember this recipe. You take chicken breasts, you put them on the bottom, and you don't pressurize it. You're just going to use, it's got a regular glass lid as well. So you can leave the pressure cooker lid off of it. And then you put it, so it's treated like a slow cooker as well. So then you put all of your chicken, you cover it with salsa, and then I use salt-free fajita seasoning and sprinkle it all over it. And then I put my own amount of salt on so I can just gauge how much salt I'm using. And then you put it on, you slow cook it for, depending on how, timing. But if you want to cook it slower, it can cook up to 6 hours. Or if you want to do it faster, it takes 2. And then when it's done, you just shred it up and you use it for, you can use it for enchiladas. We do our chicken taco night. And you can put it in sandwiches and soups. It's so good. I've
We do
made
the
that.
same
Like,
thing. We do Mexican bowls with it all the time. That's like our go-to. It is. Yeah.
Another one on those lines. There's another one in the air fryer I learned, because I'm telling you, this is my first experience today. But my husband has made salmon in the air fryer. Same idea. We just like Siete brand too, but the taco seasoning and a little lime juice on top of the salmon, it's amazing. And it makes it crispy. That's what the air fryer does, is it makes it crispy and then tender on the inside. So that's another option.
so is it Siete brand seasoning, Mimi?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Huh.
they're taco seasoning.
Okay, I've never tried that.
Mm-hmm. I just realized I never showed you guys the air fryer, did I?
Yeah, I would love to see what that looks like because I want to get myself one.
Kind of dark, isn't it? Here,
Cool, but you can still see it.
yeah. And then
Where did you buy that?
I don't remember.
But Bed Bath & Beyond has them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was gonna say. I probably Bed Bath & Beyond. You know what? Target probably has them too. I bet.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, if you look and see, the bottom line is if you go, which one's healthier? I think the Instapot's the one that wins. If you go on Google and try to figure out as far as they all go, because it uses steam, to cook the food. And even though the air fryer uses very minimal of oil, if you're going to rate the two, I'd say the Instapot is going to win that. And you lose just a little bit of the nutrients with the air fryer, not much, but if you're going to rate them. And then if you look at the cheap, which one's cheaper, I think they're about the same price. If you start looking at that, which one's faster, I think the air fryer wins on that, because in Instapot you have to go into the steam cycle and you have to get that cycle. So if you're looking to do something fast, like Mimi said, you can get a piece of salmon on that air fryer and cook up your salmon in a couple of minutes, where the Instapot, you've got to get it up through the steam cycle to get it going. And I think for versatility, if you're looking to compare, then I think the Instapot, like Jen said, the Instapot's more versatile because it does what the slow cooker does. It does the same. It does actually, you can buy attachments and do sauces. You can make cakes. You can do all kinds of things with Instapot. So of the three, I think if you had one to pick from, I think if you were buying one, the Instapot would probably be the one to buy of the three. So if you were comparing and just trying to figure out what you were trying to figure out.
Or get the combo. That's the
Yeah.
Instapot with the air fryer. Diane, would you tell them what November is going to be, and we'll wind this up. And it looks like November 21st is the Sunday before Thanksgiving. So that's likely going to be our next one, which is 4 weeks away. And will you tell them what the theme is for November?
Our theme is going to be, what did we decide, Mimi? Because I don't have my notes. I know it was gratitude and thankful. So I think it's going to be more on our Thanksgiving recipes. And, you're going to have to help me remember that because I don't have it in front of me. But I do know it was more.
Make up something. Just make up something. What sounds good today?
We're coming up with some really nutritious Thanksgiving ideas to spice up your Thanksgiving, not make them so.
We're going to healthify your Thanksgiving.
Healthify Thanksgiving. We're going to have some great.
And we're gonna have some really great gratitude quotes. How
We
about
are
that?
for sure.
Yeah.
I know Christmas we're going to do that for sure. We're going to have
So everybody come back and have your favorite gratitude quote that you can share with us. How about that?
Because it's the week before Thanksgiving, so that you can share it with your family.
Yeah, I love that.